At the end of the movie, Nimona resolved its main plot, but it also set up Nimona 2, which hasn't happened yet. Nimona, which is based on N.D. Stevenson's 2015 graphic novel, is about a teenage shapeshifter in a magical realm who partners up with a knight to assist him establish his innocence against false accusations. Nimona rapidly distinguished itself from the typical animated content on Netflix with its distinct visual aesthetic and examinations of subjects like identity, acceptance, power, and gender fluidity. Critics gave Nimona great reviews, praising its technical skill and original take on fantasy and sci-fi cliches. The story of Nimona was concluded by its ending. But should an animated feature sequel be approved? The door remained open. Although there are many narrative lines to explore and hope for a sequel, a number of things need to be taken into account before another movie can be made. Is Nimona 2 unconfirmed? Netflix hasn't addressed a sequel. Nimona made a happy return at the end of the animated film, thus there aren't any formal plans for Nimona 2 from Netflix. That doesn't mean a sequel to Nimona can't happen, of course, but it would depend on if Netflix views the first one as successful. A few months after a movie's premiere, Netflix usually announces sequels, but animation is more difficult for the streamer to handle. Despite its positive reviews, Nimona was not a huge hit for Netflix. In fact, it barely made it to the top 10 trending list for streamers in its first week of release. It's possible that the movie didn't live up to expectations because Netflix hasn't revealed the movie's box office performance. Who could reappear in Nimona 2 cast? The characters that survived the animated feature may make a comeback in a follow-up that does not directly continue Nimona's original plot. Among them are Chloe Grace Moretz as Nimona and Riz Ahmed as Ballister Blackheart, whose on-screen chemistry served as the movie's mainstay. Nimona 2 might add new characters to take their place when the villains are eliminated, allowing the medieval, modern country to grow even more. Characters from the comics, such as Dr. Meredith Blitzmeyer, who created a tool to prevent Nimona from changing her form, might also appear in a follow-up. A full list of possible returns includes Chloe Grace Moretz as Nimona, Riz Ahmed as Ballister Blackheart, Eugene Leong as Ambrosius Goldenloin, Beck Bennett as Sir Thaddeus Todd Sureblade, RuPaul Charles as Nate Knight, and Dia Moore as Alamzapam Davis, Julio Torres as Diego the Squire, Sarah Sherman as Coriander Cavavrish. Details of the Nimona 2 story. What tale might the sequel present? Nimona gives her life to preserve the kingdom, but in the end, she comes back and tells Ballister who she is. Nimona 2 might follow the shapeshifter as she comes to terms with being accepted, given that the director is no longer alive and that Nimona has been hailed as a hero by the people of the realm. The fact that Nimona was not shown in the epilogue raises the possibility that she may have assumed a different shape, which may also have implications for the plot of the sequel. Furthermore, the wall between the kingdom from Nimona's reality was destroyed by the director's canon. Now that it's gone, Nimona 2 can investigate the area and possibly present a wide range of new individuals for Nimona and Ballister to interact with. The first movie demonstrated that although people could change, those who preferred the status quo would object. That could act as the main plot of Nimona 2, providing Ballister and Nimona with opposition. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.